Lemke leads off the third. He walked in the first. Lines this one to right center field. Ellis Burks coming on. That's going to drop in. Base hit for Lemke. Hit number 3 for Atlanta off Lance Painter.
The pitch is away. Didn't try to do too much with it. Hit it off the end of the bat. Looped it into right center. Did it just the way they teach it.
And that'll bring up Chipper Jones, who hit into a 5-4 force play back in the first inning. One ball, no strikes. The hero of game 1.
That guy gives a lot of signs, probably more than any coach in baseball, and almost none of them mean anything.
Here's the 1-0. And that's in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike now on Chipper Jones. He'll take another look down to Jimmy Williams. Painter deals the 1-1. He drops a bunt down the third base line. Lance Painter picks it up. He's going to have to stick it in his pocket. That's a bunt single for Chipper Jones.
Are you sure he's a rookie?
He plays like a 30-year-old, doesn't he?
He does what the really great ball players always seem to do. Make it look easy.
That is the 4th hit off Painter. Runners now at first and second for Fred McGriff, who popped out to short back in the first inning. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Runners first and second.
There may be, Pete, some wisdom in starting a left-handed pitcher who has been in the bullpen against the Braves, because left-handers coming out of the bullpen generally face left-handed batters, and the Braves have some good ones. Left-handed starters are more used to facing right-handed batters.
Downstairs to McGriff again. The count 2-0. Well, as we mentioned earlier, when he got that start against the Braves back in September during the regular season, he responded with 5 solid innings. Had a lot of run support. The final score of that game was 12-2 Rockies. Painter picked up the win. Ground ball foul by McGriff, 2-1. It's not like starting in something brand new to Lance Painter. He's not one of those guys that came up through the minor league system as a relief pitcher. He started all the way through the minor leagues. The bullpen when he came back to Colorado this year. He actually started for the Rockies last year. Made 14 starts in 1994.
What happens when you're starting is that you will face a string of right-handed batters, and you get used to pitching them away, especially in a park where the home run is a big factor, and you work so much on your sinker and your changeup that your breaking ball sometimes suffers.
2-2 now, McGriff.
As you start throwing that breaking ball to right-handed hitters, somebody gets under it and out in front of it, and it's gone. But when you pitch out of the bullpen and you face a lot of left-handed batters, then you start throwing a lot of breaking balls. And so, in a way, it could be good for a pitcher, especially a young pitcher, to do a little of both, so you develop the ability to pitch effectively against both left-handed and right-handed hitters.
Now the 2-2 on the way to McGriff. He started to go, and he went, says Harry Wendelstedt. McGriff is down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Lance Painter.
Did you think that Harry Wendelstedt short-armed that call a little?
It's a cold night. It's a cold night. These umpires are wrapped up, too.
He did get around.
So
most of the time, when you watch it live, it looks like the guy didn't swing, but when you replay it, you see a different picture.
Now David Justice, who flied to center his first time up. Chipper Jones, the runner at first. Mark Lemke at second. 1 man out. We're in the top of the third. Atlanta leading 1-0. Marquise Grissom led off the game with a home run on the first pitch of the night. This This one drifting foul up into the seats. And the count 0-1 on Justice. Boy, he's taken a lot of shots the other way in this series.
Yeah, he really has. Another interesting phenomenon that you will see here in Denver that you won't see much in other parks is the balls that appear to be slicing down the line don't slice very much. The air resistance that makes it more difficult to throw breaking pitches also reduces the movement on slicing and hooking balls off the bat.
And especially now the wind has shifted a little bit from the way it was blowing when the game began. It was blowing straight in from left field. Now it's more of a left field out to right field wind. So a ball hit right down that line in left.
Could stay fair.
Could stay fair. It's going to get some help from the wind. Outfielders out in left field are going to have to watch that. 2-1 the count now on Justice. The crowd here wanted the strike call.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to stand in on a pitch like that? That pitch looked like it was going right at Justice's right shoulder, and he never budged.
Here's the 2-1 delivery, and that's high. 3-1. Justice has always been a pretty good hitter against left-handed pitchers, and if you ask him why, he'll tell you, well, when I was growing up as a youngster in Cincinnati, all my friends were lefties. And we'd go out for those pickup games on the Sandlot, and I'd always be facing left-handed.
You see, that's why he's such a strange guy, because all of his friends were left-handed. It rubbed off.
Here's the 3-1. And he walks it, and that loads the bases. Bases loaded, 1 man out. Javy Lopez will be the batter. And now it's time for tonight's Toyota Diamond Dust baseball fact. Coors Field is hosting a postseason game in its very first season of operation. Can you name 5 other current stadiums that hosted postseason games in their first season? We'll have the answer for you in the bottom half of the inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Javy Lopez grounded out to short his first time up. Larry Bernard, the Rockies pitching coach, who has done a terrific job with this Rocky staff in just 3 years in a ballpark that most pitchers dread coming to. He has got these guys believing in themselves here and understanding that you're not going to be quite as effective here as you will be on the road. But you can still win.
That's the important obstacle to overcome. Most of these guys have been successful all their lives as pitchers, and they're not used to giving up 4 and 5 runs a game. But a lot of times you can do that and win here.
Strikes on Javy Lopez. Bases loaded, 1 man out, 1-0 Atlanta. Here's the 1-0. In the air, deep left field. Dante Bichette started in, now goes back and makes the catch on the warning track. Tagging up at third is Lemke. He will score. Moving over to third, Chipper Jones. It's now 2-0 Atlanta, as Lopez gets the run home with a sac fly to left. 2-0 Atlanta in the top half of the 3rd inning. 2 men out, runners at first and third. Pete Van Weer and Larry Dierker with you from Coors Field. Braves got a run on the very first pitch of this game when Marquise Grissom hit a home run over the center field wall. They've just scored again on a Javy Lopez sacrifice fly. Now Ryan Plesko, who was safe on Eric Young's error his first time up. 0-1 the count. Chilly night here in Coors Field. 47 degrees at game time, a 17-mile-an-hour wind.
That's just the way we like it.
Absolutely. In October, it wouldn't be postseason if we didn't have this cool weather. Down the right field line by Klesko. But this ball is going to be fouled up into the seats. And the count on Ryan goes to 0-2.
Another Bowie Kuhn were here, he'd be wearing a golf shirt.
That's right. Lance Painter out of the Rockies bullpen. He started just 1 game for them this year. Getting the start tonight. Trying to work out of further trouble here. First and third, 2 outs. And the 0-2. Klesko is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Klesko early in the year was being platooned. It was right around the All-Star break when Ryan began playing against both lefties and righties. Here's the 1-2 from Painter, and it's high. Fastball missing, 2-2. Inside corner in the count full now, 3-2 on Ryan Klesko, and again the crowd here at Coors Field wanted that call.
But Painter's not apt to get as many favors from Jerry Lane because his control has been more erratic. He got the catcher reaching back and forth instead of throwing the ball right to him.
The runner at first, Justice, will be taking off here. 3-2 pitch. On the way to Klesko, he got him. Struck him out with a fastball. That's his third strikeout.